Hello there. If you've got plain curtains like this and they're the right width for your window, so you don't want to make them any wider and you like to jazz them up a bit, for example like this, then this is the video for you. I'm going to show you how to add this on. You don't need any header tape, you just need threaded needle or a sewing machine, and then you can add this to the edge of your curtaining and it makes all of the difference. Right, cut 2 pieces of your material that you're going to edge with. Alright, one for each curtain edge, and then you hem, just fold over, iron it into place and then top stitch it. So you've hemmed it and you've ironed it. Okay, you might need to press it before you put it onto your curtains. Make sure you've got all your ironing out the way. I've already done one, so I'm showing you how to marry it up with the other one. Make sure if you've got anything like this, it is perfectly level. And what you do is, you're actually putting it on to that side, and then you're going to sew it down. So with that in mind, you take this round to here, and you're going to pin it on down there. You're not going all the way through, just going through the curtain on one layer. Double check it's in line. If you have something like this, if you've just got a plain piece, you don't need to worry. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now this here, don't worry that you've got any left over. We'll fold that in a minute, and don't worry that you've got any left over in the length. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is take this away, and I'm just going to pin that all the way down the edge of there, and then we're going to get on with the sewing. Okay, so this is pinned through here all the way down that edge. Alright, so you're not going through this piece as well, and then you lay this down, fold it over, make sure it's level, and then work out where your hem will be, and then you'll need to iron it into place. Alright, you may need to undo this pin in order to get it fold and iron. When you've ironed it, then cut off some of this surplus material, and then we'll fold it again. So we're going to cut off this surplus material out of the way. And then we're going to fold that again, because that's our hem. Whoops, that's our hem. Alright, we're now going to stitch this all the way down this edge, all the way to the bottom, alright here, and when you've got this end, you may have to be careful you don't get this caught up in your stitching, because once we fold that over and we stitch again, this part is almost trapped, because you need to pull it across in order for this to go on. So now you're going to start sewing and try and get it as near to the edge of this as you can, so you're actually going against where the lining and the curtain join. Alright, leave this bit hanging over for now, don't worry about that little bit there now. So we're going to come up through here. It's going to be quite a bulk, so take your time with it in case it doesn't want to go through all the bulk. Now when you get to this end, remember you're going over these drawstrings, so if you don't want them to remain as they are, then you need to pull them through to the other side. It doesn't bother me, I'm leaving them like that. Because we're coming up the curtain, it's a bit unfortunate that we're coming up to it this way. Be careful you don't get any of the lining and the curtain puckering, because it won't hang properly the other side. It's best really if we could do it the other way around, because then you're going down the curtain, but of course then you've got the bulk of the curtain on the inside. I've had to go at it from this way. Alright, and you're going up to the end of there and then fasten off. All we're going to do here is fold this over, so you just need to iron it so you get a nice edge, and then we're going to turn that like that and then sew down there. So you need to make sure this is out of the way, okay, and get this ironed over so you get a nice straight edge there. Just iron it on the fold there, and then we're going to turn it in like this, and when you get to here just tuck that bit out of the way, and we're ready then to top stitch that one all the way down. We will have to top stitch along there and continue the line there. That's where we'll be in a minute, but for now we're just going to get that laid in place and pinned on. Now we have to sew this down here. You can get rid of that, tuck that underneath. Don't worry about the top bit for now. The trick with this is to keep it nice and taut across there and make sure this is dead flat. So where you've got your gather at the top, you're going to need to pull it and make sure it's dead flat. Alright, so let's just get rid of that out of the way. That's perfect. And off we go. So it's crucial to keep this dead flat as you're going down. And what you're actually doing here is you're going through all of this here. So you can see what's happening the other side. So that's the trick, get that edge, and then when you turn it you've got this, and that's lovely when the curtain's hanging at the window because then it folds back on that. So now you've got your edging on, and now what we need to do is we need to sew along the top of here so that it fastens to the top of your curtain, and then when you gather the pleating in it will all work nicely. So you're just going across the top of there. And then you need to go across here. Okay, now to the bottom edge. Don't worry if you've run over and it's slightly out of line. Just press it in and recreate your new crease. So what you're going to do now is fold this up here. Fold that down. You've already prepared it, and if it's all in line it will work well, but don't worry if it's run out of line. Now this piece here you're going to fold over to create a corner like this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to blind hem all along there and all down there. Right, I've pressed it into place to make it easier to sew, so I'm going to get that sewn on the sewing machine now, and then we'll sort out the header tape and it's ready to hang back up at the window. Right, that's perfect, but of course now you can't gather it because all of your cord that you pull through is behind there. Because you've gone down here you can't gather it from the other end, so what I do is just gently pull that through there like this, and then we'll just fasten it together, and then you'll have your gather in the end. Now what I've done here, if you really want to make it look really good so that it goes right across, you cut it, hold on to this one because it's going to pull through, and then you just pop it onto a needle, and then you need to go through the holes that were there, go across your join, and then you can tie them together, and then that way you're going to get your gather all the way across the top. Not messing around, you don't have to do that, it looks quite alright without doing that, but if you want to, that's something you can do. We are finished. There's the curtains. As you can see, I've added another panel on the end, same process, just repeated as I did on this side, exactly the same process. Let's check they marry up. Yep, perfect. They look lovely. I'm ever so pleased with them. Really, really pleased. Just up the curtains, no end. Okay, well I hope that video was of some use to you. For all our videos, Brighten 33. Thanks for watching.